For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you. So you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live by Live has all of your favorite music, and you can listen for free. Whether you hit play on one of our hundreds of curated music stations or create your own custom artist radio station, you'll find the music you love on Live by Live. Visit livexlive.com or search LiveX Live in the App Store or Google Play and listen for free now.
Here in the States.
We'll hear from CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook at 6:10.
And we'll learn more about what caused a massive crash that tossed a baby and her car seat into Ocean City's Assawoman Bay.
6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. After a host of complaints, President Biden has resurrected a plan to raise the number of refugees coming into the U.S. White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy has the new numbers.
It was a decision that deeply angered activists, keeping the cap on refugee admissions at 15,000, the historic low set by the Trump administration. Now the White House says it will raise the cap to 62,500. That's still half the president's stated goal, which aides say won't be achieved until next year. They add this move now is meant to show that the U.S. is welcome and open to the world's most desperate people.
It was just 2 years ago that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos announced that he and his wife were divorcing. Now, Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, announces that he and his wife, Melinda, are divorcing too.
They met at a business dinner in 1987 in New York.
I could sense that he was a bit interested, and but it took him quite a few months before he finally asked me out.
Melinda Gates had recently joined Microsoft. In 1994, they got married. Since then, they have built up one of the richest foundations in the world, which has given billions to worthy causes around the world. In a statement, the parents of three say they no longer believe they can grow together as a couple in the next phase of their lives. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
We are just learning that the FDA is expected to authorize the Pfizer vaccine for kids as young as 12 as early as next week. It comes on the heels of the governors of Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey saying that in 2 weeks, caps on capacities at places like restaurants and gyms will be lifted.
All the arrows are pointing in the right direction, says New York Governor Andrew Cuomo.
Wednesday, May 19th, most capacity restrictions will end.
For shops, restaurants, gyms, offices, even Broadway, though it's not likely to come back immediately. The move is in coordination with neighboring New Jersey.
These are huge steps. Unlike any that we've taken since the beginning of this.
Governor Phil Murphy emphasizes it won't be a free-for-all. Social distancing and indoor mask rules still remain. Steve Burns for CBS News, New York.
Parts of Georgia and Mississippi were inundated with torrential rains and tornadoes. CBS News meteorologist Jeff Biordelli says it's part of a system that continues tonight.
We've had 31 tornado reports in just the past 24 hours, especially in Mississippi, but one powerful tornado on the west side of Atlanta. And we're going to see more rounds of severe weather. They are likely overnight and into Tuesday from the southern plains eastward through the Tennessee Valley area.
A man in Douglasville, Georgia was killed when a falling tree brought power lines onto his vehicle. The Dow gained 238. This is CBS News.
Small Business Month this year, and Dell Technologies and Windows can help you upgrade your tech with up to 45% off high-performance PCs. Work anywhere with Windows 10 Pro. Call 877-ASK-DELL.
Good evening. It is 6:03, and we're glad you're with us on this Monday evening, May the 3rd, 73. Hi there, I'm Hillary Howard.
And I'm Sean Anderson. Our top local story this hour involves clearing up confusion over face mask requirements in D.C. The city's health department says it wants to clarify Mayor Muriel Bowser's latest order, loosening requirements for people who are fully vaccinated. Here's WTOP's Dick Iuliano.
Some D.C. businesses have been confused by the mayor's May 1st order on indoor mask wearing by fully vaccinated people. Patrick Ashley, Senior Deputy Director of D.C. Health, says businesses are allowed to restrict access to non-vaccinated people and may require proof of vaccination.
The mayor's order allows for, but does not require that a restaurant or other business asks for that proof. It gives them the ability to do that.
The newest D.C. rules allow fully vaccinated people to gather outdoors in non-crowded settings without wearing a mask.
In general, if you're inside a building, we want you to be wearing a mask.
Dick Iuliano, WTOP News.
What caused a 5-car crash that flung a baby and her car seat off an Ocean City bridge and into the Assawoman Bay? Well, investigators are painstakingly examining the evidence, and it's so complicated they're beginning to think it wasn't one crash, but at least two. The only person still hospitalized from yesterday's dramatic accident on Route 90 is the baby, and we've learned she's in good condition. First responders say she's only alive because of one fearless hero. WTOP's John Doman has details.
When emergency responders got there just before 3 p.m., they found one vehicle hanging halfway off the bridge over the waters of Assawoman Bay, and an infant that had been in that vehicle had fallen out.
The child and the car seat both ended up in the bay.
Ryan Whittington's a spokesman for the Ocean City Fire Department. He says another man driving on the bridge saw it happen and without hesitation
jumped into the bay and saved the baby out of the water.
It's a 20 to 25 foot drop there.
And the water is only about 4.5 to 5 feet deep in that area.
The child was flown to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. The Ocean City local who rescued the child is fine. John Doman, WTOP News.
He was supposed to protect his infant son, but the baby boy is now dead, and a Fort Washington father is accused of causing the injuries that killed the infant.
It was on April the 23rd that first responders found 2-month-old Rodriguez Holman Jr. unresponsive in a home. The boy would later die in the hospital. During an autopsy, it was discovered that the child, who was being watched by his father at the time, 31-year-old Rodriguez Holman, died of trauma to the head and blunt force injuries to his torso. Prince George's County Police have arrested the boy's father and charged him with second-degree murder and first-degree child abuse resulting in death. Investigators say Holman admitted to them that he shook the baby. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Hey, there is a security incident at the entrance gate of the CIA headquarters in McLean. This has been causing delays for southbound traffic heading into McLean on 223 for hours. There's a temporary flight restriction in place around the area, and the CIA is not being specific about what's going on. Its spokesperson sent WTOP a statement that says, in part, along with law enforcement, they are addressing a security situation by the main gate and that the compound remains secure. Keep it here on WTOP for any updates.
Yeah, Dave Dildine is on top of that situation on 123. He'll have the latest on that. And then later, the thinking on herd immunity from COVID-19. Maybe it's going to take a while, if ever, to get there in the U.S. We'll talk about it with CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook. It's 6:07.
Discover the vibrant neighborhoods of the Washington, D.C. area in a new episode of If You Lived Here from WETA PBS. Tonight at 9, explore Hyattsville, Maryland as hosts Christine Louise and John Begany take you inside the most interesting homes and local businesses of this historic community. Watch If You Lived Here tonight at 9 on WETA PBS. For details, visit WETA.org.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late. And that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, and our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. And you can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats, all with the peace of mind that comes from knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple, so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Call for restrictions and complete details.